Hello everyone, good afternoon. My name is Seerat Maqsood and I'm a PhD student in Cellular and Molecular Biotechnologies at University of Teramo. Well, today I'm going to present my PhD work in front of you, which is advantages of creating 3D printing scaffolds for IVF technologies. So first of all, you should know what in vitro fertilization is. It's a 7-step process in which we try to give hormonal medicines to a lady who wants to go through IVF, and then we try to collect these oocytes from uterus or the ovaries, and then we also do the preparation of sperm, and the fourth one is to do the in vitro fertilization in the laboratories, and the fifth one is when we try to implant this embryo, which is in vitro, to the uterus implantation. And for that we should also know why are we focusing on this kind of techniques, because we want to prevent infertile couples, their infertility issues which is present in males and also in females, and we have to also focus on the epigenetic changes that are huge in number in these infertile couples. And we are also trying to innovate 3D scaffolds to rescue these kind of issues in humans. And coming to the infertility part, we see that there is around 60 to 65% globally infertile couples, in which 30% are males and 30% are females, and 25% is unexplained, 10% is combined, and there are 5% which is just the things that we don't know what it is. There are two graphs which are presented by ASHRAE and also NIH. So first, if you see on your left side, there is the graph which is being presented by NIH, in which they have given the number of ART cycles or ICSI or IVF cycles through which newborn babies were created, and it's in US. So you see that from 2000 to 2018, there is a higher number of live born babies which are being produced by the help of ART techniques. And on the right side, the graph is about the distribution of IVF ICSI from 1997 to 2010, and this graph was presented by ASHRAE. So simply this is the state of art, which is about the assisted reproductive technologies that have been opted by the infertile couples. And so when we know that we have IVF technology and we can do this kind of procedure in order to conceive a baby, but there are some disadvantages also, because we know there are pros and cons for everything. So these disadvantages are, for example, epigenetic changes, higher cost of IVF cycles, there are uterine abnormalities, for example there are some tissues which are damaged in the uterus, there are some failed IVF cycles as well. So in order to see what is the main reason of these epigenetic changes, because we are going to study these epigenetic changes most particularly through my research work. So this picture was presented by Harvard University, and they have given some examples which are known to all of us, because we know okay, epigenetic changes are a very scientific term, but for common people we don't know what exactly it is. But I want to explain that these kind of issues are caused by stress, by lifestyle, by drugs, by smoking, or by poor diet. So this is one of the biggest reasons that has been reported till now, and it is caused by the risk of doing ART technologies. So while we need to rescue from this kind of disadvantage, we have tissue engineering in field. So it's one of the most important and one of the most interesting field by which we can do a combination of cells engineering, and we can also do some biochemical engineering with the help of biomaterials, which will help us to maintain, improve, and replace different type of tissues. So there are some of these papers which were published in past few years, and it has literally revolutionized the whole scientific field, because recently we got to hear about this bioengineered uterus that was also done by tissue engineering. So what we did is we wanted to do this kind of tissue engineering in our project to make it successful. So my research strategy was to take epithelial cells from uterus and then combine it with biochemistry or also biopolymer chemistry, and then bioprint these materials so that we can mimic these uterine tissues to give a possible and suitable environment for these cells and also for the embryos. So if you see, these are the scaffolds that are being done by 3D bioprinter, and these are called as scaffolds, and these were made of biopolymers which are body friendly, which are biodegradable, so it does not have any toxic effect inside the body. So I have done this research at LMPE, which is a company in Lucca which deals with bioplast and which deals with making these biopolymers. Once I got these biopolymers done, what I did is I combined my research strategy that I showed you in previous slides, that I combined cell culture, 3D bioprinting and these biopolymers together in order to implement this kind of technique in our lab. So what I did is, after getting these 3D scaffolds, I tried to grow cell culture, epithelial cell culture on these 3D scaffolds. And after getting the results, I was also very happy, and I was very surprised to see that there was successful growth and development of these cells and also these embryos. I would like to mention that the embryo part was done by one of my colleagues, but I have also done the experiment on cells. So what I found is there was no toxicity, and I also can say that it can be successfully implanted clinically inside the body. First of all, we will just do it on mouse models, and then we can switch to humans, because doing it on mammalian models is always a model for humans. So I am also sure that this can be helpful to detect epigenetic modifications through RT-PCR, or we can just analyze the data. Well, in conclusion, I would say there are so many future significances through this kind of research work. So first of all, it's like going to help in contributing to develop these kind of 3D scaffolds in reproductive medicine, and it can also help in creating more organs, not only just reproductive organs but also other organs as well. And it can expand molecular and genetic studies in general, and it can contribute to the scientific community to produce more and more innovative results. And I am sure that this will also develop new technologies and approaches in veterinary sciences as well. And at last, I would like to quote this thing that I have written in the morning. Let's transform our crazy ideas into reality for a happy and healthy world. Thank you very much for your attention. If you want to reach out to me, you can just scan the QR code, and you can always talk to me about reproductive medicine and related things about infertility, about epigenetic changes, and about tissue engineering. Thank you so much. Have a great day ahead.